Do you receive feedback on what you do? If not, what could you do about it? But if you do receive, how should you respond them? Is your current way of responding correct? Does that bring you any advantage? Are you so concerned about negative feedback you get? And of course, do you want to know how to use your feedback as advantage? All of this in one video. That's coming up. Once you receive feedback, you have to be willing to respond it. But there is a catch. Most people will not volunteer to give you feedback. They are also uncomfortable with the thing called feedback as well as you. Simply, they are afraid of your reaction. So to get honest and open feedback, you have to ask for it, which will make safer for the person to give you feedback. On the other hand, most of us are afraid to ask for the corrective feedback because they are afraid of what they are going to hear. That's nothing to be afraid of. The truth is truth. You are better knowing the truth rather than not knowing the truth. Let's talk about the types of feedback you will get. There are two of them. One is positive and the other is negative. We already prefer very much to hear positive feedback, such as,
"That's great, wonderful job, you have done it so much great, I like that, man."
But we don't care and we don't prefer the negative feedback much as that, such as,
"You missed that, you shouldn't have done that, or use this strategy because that's boring."
Why? There are much useful data in negative feedback more than positive feedback. So why aren't you paying much attention to your negative feedbacks? It tells us that we are going on the wrong path, the wrong direction, doing the wrong thing. These are so much valuable for your success. If you want to get advantage from this feedback, you have to change how you feel about negative feedback. I always believe that a negative feedback is equal to an opportunity of development. Who else is with me on this statement? Comment below. Let's move on to a common question you would ask.
Is all feedback accurate? Because it may be not, because we have haters,
We have already talked about this topic in the video about haters. If you haven't watched that video, I will put a link in the description down below. And my answer for this question is no. Not every feedback is useful or accurate. To find that, you have to find the source where the feedback coming from. And my point is that imagine you got a feedback from a person containing a negative comment, and if you want to find out whether he's telling the truth, you have to do a survey and ask the same subject from several different people and check out whether they are responding in the same way. If not, which means that's only a single person's vision, which you may not pay much attention. Talking about responding to feedback, there are several ways you can do it, such as you can run or quit. You are doing your work and suddenly a feedback coming with a mistake you have done and you are just,
"Oh my god, I can't take this anymore. There are so many negative feedbacks out there. I just can't do it. I'm gonna just quit. I just quit."
It's that simple. Another thing you can do is reject the feedback, which means you argue and try to explain and justify that you don't have that mistake with you. But none of these reactions will bring you advantages. Remember, feedback is a simple piece of information. You don't want to go deep in it. Just welcome it and use it. And the most effective response is to thank the person and appreciate that he took time to tell you how he feels about your work. Maybe you would ask,
"Oh yeah, that's great, but how can we respond to a negative feedback, which is about the mistakes or the bad side of your work?"
Well, that's pretty simple. Here's how. First, you have to acknowledge that you did the best you could. And secondly, make sure to thank everyone for their feedback. Next, you have to keep in mind that explaining, justifying, blaming, and all other things are just a waste of everybody's time. Just take the feedback, use what is valuable for your success, and keep going. I need you to refocus on your goal and apply the lessons you have learned and take them to action. And of course, stay in the game. My point is that you can't win a competition if you are not participating in the competition and quitting in the middle of a competition. Which means you have to keep moving until you fulfill your dreams. Thank you for joining with Tinkling, and be sure to check this video out to change your life.